Yo guys, what up? I'm back and I have news. And I want to say that Big Ramy this year will be much lighter than all these other years. Always fans complained about his conditioning, and of course specialists, they complained about his conditioning. I will show you a picture later on, but I want to say that he is 13 weeks out from the Olympia and he's sitting at 322 pounds. And back then, like last year, he was 1 week out. He was 322 pounds, so he will be much lighter this year at the Olympia. And he looks, of course, he looks big. You don't see really, any weakness. Back, arms, legs, calves, everything looks good. Of course, the conditioning, like we see, there will be much more pounds that will drop off. So back then, like last year, he won the Arnold Classic Brazil. The point with Ramy was always he didn't have the weakness of being too small to win a contest, but he was, he is fucking big. He's probably the biggest bodybuilder ever stepped on stage besides Ronnie Coleman. But the thing is, like you see in this picture, the conditioning isn't quite there, or wasn't quite there. We don't know how it will look like this year. I think he's working with George Farah and Chris Aceto, I don't know. So we are very excited. So the conditioning, like you see, when you look at these pictures, a guy who is not into bodybuilding, and when you compare, he is, he's the biggest, obviously. So a guy who wouldn't be in bodybuilding would probably say Big Ramy is the winner, but quality is important. So like I said, last year Ramy weighed in at 316. So the weight he had last year, 1 week out, he has now 13 weeks out. And conditioning got better 2014 or 2015. So compare him to Phil Heath. He is quite big, everything, there is no, besides the calves of Phil are bigger. The waist of Phil is probably the same, maybe a little tinier. The arms, of Big Ramy are bigger. And what Ramy needs is just quality, like the quads. He needs some quality, like Kai Green has them quad. They are fucking big, everything is big, but they're so full. They need quality, definition, shape, structure. Like you see in this picture, that's a contest picture, but he needs to drop some weight. I think a guy like Big Ramy shouldn't be confused of being too light on that stage, because he's so big that he has some playroom. And here, like he got better already. He got already better. Like in 1 year, he looks even bigger because he probably gained some pounds and he also got a better definition. But there is still a way to go. Like when you compare it here, even when Dennis Wolf doesn't, flex his quads, they have some separation, deep separation definition. Of course, he's too light, so that you don't see it that much. Dennis Wolf needs some better tan, man. Still, man, you're at the best bodybuilding show. You need to be more tan, more dark. And like I say, Big Ramy has them big quads, but they could look much bigger when they had that definition and that structure. That's missing. But Ramy is pretty young. I think he's 32, or he will be 32 this year. At least at the Olympia, I think he will. He has some room and he has some time to get better. So compare him legs quality. Especially the legs. That's what I'm saying. That's missing. But I hope they will be getting, they will get better, and I would love to see Ramy being dried off like, a guy like Dorian Yates back then. Imagine Big Ramy being that big and being that harsh and defined and shredded, that would look crazy. So even when his upper body is most likely great shredded, his legs, the legs need some. Maybe this is time. Maybe this is what they say, quality muscle. Probably he needs some time. But I think he has the time. Like I said, the quads are always the main focus. Upper body also looks good. It looks like a little bit gynomastica, gyno, I think they say in America. That should be fixed. I hope he fixed it, because maybe that that gets some negative critiques by the judges. That could be possible. And that's what I'm meaning, Ramy didn't flex it so good. They were crazy big legs, but they have them, naturally very deep separation, even when they don't flex them like crazy. Look at Ramy, man. Or Raids, they need some separation naturally. Or probably the years of training will get him that far. And I hope you liked the video. I am so interested and keen on seeing Big Ramy on stage this year, and I can't wait to see this year's Olympia with such great athletes. And let's see which weight will Ramy have. But I think he will be not. Maybe he will compete under 300 pounds. That could be much possible. But or maybe he will compete around 300. We will see it. So stay tuned, guys. Subscribe for news and enjoy your day.